Hey everybody, this is Ignacio from 598 Los Angeles, and in this video I want to go over what is the difference between a campaign budget optimization, also known as CBO, and an ad set budget optimization, known as an ABO. Before we get started, I want to invite you all to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be posting videos 2 to 3 times a week going over how you can improve and scale your Facebook ads to overall increase the revenue for your e-commerce business. So we're going to get started. What we're going to do is first we're going to create a new campaign. For the most part, 90 to 95% of the time, you're going to be creating a conversions campaign. So simply for this example, we'll go with that. We're going to click continue. And then when you're going over selecting what type of budget you'll be using, by default, Facebook is going to be selecting an ad set budget or ABO, and it's going to be at the ad set level. So this would be campaign, this would be for the ad set. And we're going to scroll all the way down, and this is where you're going to be able to determine it. To give you a little bit of a background on what an ad set budget optimization really is it will break down the budget that you have for each individual ad set by that specific ad set, as opposed to breaking it down at the campaign level. So what this means is, let's say we put our daily budget at $20. That means that those $20 will be duplicated or will be assigned across all the ads that are inside that specific ad set. So if we have $20, that means that we will be splitting that budget across these 3 or 4 different ads, and that will be determined by the performance of each individual ad and creative. So if, let's say, this top one here, new conversion ad, is the highest performing ad that we have, and it's getting the most amount of purchases, add to carts, landing page views, whatever it is you're specifically targeting, then most of the budget will be going to that. So the breakdown of budgets might be something like 80%, 5%, 10%, and then another 5%. And that way it is automatically being broken down on an ad level. The other type of budget optimization that you have is what's called a campaign budget optimization. So this is not usually the default, but it is going to be set up at the campaign level. So if we turn this on, has a very similar mindset in terms of how it works, but instead of being broken down only at the ad level, it will be broken down by ad set. So let's say we have a total of 3 ad sets, or two more ad sets here. Now we have a $20 per day budget at the campaign level. So those $20 will be broken down by each individual ad set. So it's possible that, here we go, we have 4 ad sets here. It's possible that those $20 will go 20% to the first, 30% to the second, 30% to the third, and then the remaining percentage to the final one. Or it's possible it all just goes to one specific ad set if that ad set is carrying and producing the largest amount of purchases or whatever conversion you are going after. So now, the important question: which one are you supposed to choose, and what are the ultimate effects and benefits of using them? So Facebook had originally talked about making campaign budget optimization the default and likely the only form of budget optimization that was available about 2 or so years ago. But it seems that after a lot of advertisers put pressure on them because they were just used to the ad set budget optimization, they backtracked, and now it is simply an option that you're able to choose, but is not necessarily the only option. You can still go with the ABO. The benefit of the CBO is that it takes away some of the guessing game that you have to do at managing the individual budgets that you have at each ad set. So if you were running ads before and you were a bit confused as to how much should I be assigning to each individual ad set, CBO simplifies that process because you simply have to determine how much you are trying to spend per day and not so much determine how much each ad set needs to be given. If maybe you don't realize that you need to put a certain amount to your retargeting, another amount to your cold audiences, another amount to another audience that you have. Facebook does this for you automatically. If one ad set is doing a lot better, most of the budget will be going in that direction. So in essence, you lose a little bit of the control that you had in terms of specifying the budget, but you gain the benefit of knowing that Facebook is handling that for you, and they will make the optimizations according to the performance of each individual ad set. On the ad set level, the benefit of it is, contrary to the CBO, you have full control. So if you want to assign a $50 ad set budget to maybe your retargeting campaign, you can do that in full control, make it as much as you want, lower it, increase it, whatever it might be, and it won't be affecting the budget of the other ad sets. That is the one thing to always keep in mind with CBO. If you go up or down with a budget, all of the ad sets will be affected because it is taking from the bigger pool that they're all pulling from. But ad set optimization does have some issues with it, that if you aren't as experienced of an advertiser, you might not necessarily know how much is the appropriate amount to put to each ad set. So if you think that putting 80% of your budget to remarketing is the right idea, you're able to do that, but you're going to realize that you're going to have a large audience overlap because you simply just don't have enough audience to go over and send the ads to your remarketing campaign. Facebook, on the other hand, has that knowledge available and can do that automatically. So what do I suggest? If you're starting out, I would recommend that you go with campaign budget optimization, simply because it makes the process a little bit easier for you until you have a better understanding of how much should be allocated to each individual ad set and each stage of the funnel. If you're a bit more of an experienced advertiser and you want to have a little bit more control over how things are spent, if maybe you're trying to test some things out, whether it be testing some new interest, or maybe you are trying to create a new ad set for a specific thing that you're trying to target, then I would recommend you go with the ad set budget optimization, or ABO, just because it gives you the freedom to turn on and turn off the levers of budget for each individual ad set, as opposed to having to pull from the larger campaign budget pool. So I hope that was helpful, gave you a little bit of insight as to how that would work. It's not something that's necessarily overly complicated, but it's something that can be confusing if you don't really know where to start off. And if you're seeing that Facebook offers CBO, but also offers ABO, it's hard sometimes to know if you're going in the wrong path and whether or not choosing that specific path is going to have a negative impact on your ad performance. So with that, I want to have a few final remarks. As you know, I run an advertising agency called 598 Los Angeles, and we handle Facebook ad campaigns for e-commerce websites. So if you're looking to have somebody manage, run, optimize, and scale your campaigns to increase your revenue for your business, contact me. The link is in the description below. We can set up a call, talk about how we can work together and improve your campaigns, and overall just make your digital marketing a lot more improved, a little bit better, and increase your revenue. The other thing I want to invite you to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel. We'll be posting a lot more content, just making this Facebook ads world a little bit easier to understand. It can be a little daunting at times just because there's a lot of information, a lot of people that label themselves gurus, and making the realization that it's not as complicated as people make it out to be is kind of what I want to showcase for you. So I hope that was helpful. I look forward to talking to you guys soon, and I wish you all a happy holiday and a wonderful start to the new year. Take care.